So after seeing American Ultra, I learned one thing.
Oh yeah, what's that?
That you can kill somebody with a spoon.
So we just left the press screening of American Ultra, and man, we're split on this.
A stoner, who is in fact a government agent, is marked as a liability and targeted for extermination. But he's too well trained and too high for them to handle.
So with American Ultra, you have a reteaming of Kristen Stewart and Jesse Eisenberg, and I think that they always have like this unique chemistry together.
Yeah, when they first came about in Adventureland together, that movie was sort of a surprise sleeper. It was exceedingly well done. It was, if you came in with low expectations, it was an excellent movie.
I have a feeling that this is going to be a sleeper hit.
You think so?
I think that they work well together. Their dry humor plays out well. Kristen Stewart is actually great in this. I despise Kristen Stewart. She's always the wimpy, whiny chick. Well, in this, she's awesome. She's kind of a badass in this.
She sort of lets go of that. I don't.
Edward!
Yeah, she gets rid of that, and she actually takes charge and kicks ass in this for at least a few scenes.
Yeah. Jesse Eisenberg, it's not like he was really funny in this. It was more like it's just really dry and dark humor. You're laughing at people getting shot in the face, okay, and getting killed in obscure, weird ways.
Yeah, he's as good of an actor as you could have in this role that's set out for him. He's exactly the person that you would want to have in this. He's nervous. He has panic episodes. He's, a stoner. He does all those things pretty well, so I can't blame him for that in this movie, at least a little bit.
I think the way that this film is written, and I like all the callbacks they have to certain events, and like everything has a reason. And like you mentioned, the panic attacks. Well, there's an explanation for almost everything that's in this film. They like have a reasoning for, which I really like. It may be a little cliche that they like everything is tied so nicely and it all wraps up cohesively. But I enjoyed watching this film.
So let me stop you right there for just a second. The story is set up so well in the beginning. The narrative is building everything up. Everything is being explained very clearly. And then sort of 3/4 of the movie, it's sloppy storytelling. Some of the characters are very loosely explained. Topher Grace as the evil antagonist in this movie.
Okay, I did just laugh right there because he is nothing of the sort. It's almost as bad as when he was casted as Venom in Spider-Man.
I think I would honestly give this movie 2 points higher than what I'm going to give it if he wasn't in it. I hated him in this. I don't know why they have to keep trying to put him in movies. He's not good in anything. He was acceptable in that 70s show. And for some reason, he keeps getting thrusted forward and stuff. He ruined this movie.
You're supposed to hate him in the film, but he is so bitchy and whiny that it is the scenes he's in kind of like deflates him.
There's a part where a girl in the movie is fighting him, and I keep thinking, now this I get. This is totally believable.
I go into this thinking, okay, it's billed as like a stoner comedy. Now it's not on the level of Pineapple Express, but it's kind of like a film like Pineapple Express where you have that type of action comedy element, So I like it to that degree. I was pleasantly surprised by this film and how much I enjoyed it. I thought it was shot beautifully. There's really cool sequences, especially like a neon sequence that everything looks really cool and it pops on the screen. I thought the action was well done. I thought that the blood and the special effects were really awesome. These characters, they get beat up. They get beat to shit, pulverized and like disfigured, and I thought it was cool and funny.
And I'd like to touch on what you said before about the Pineapple Express. This movie is right in the middle of Pineapple Express and Scott Pilgrim Saves the World, and it never really exceeds in either direction. Pineapple Express went for the same sort of stylized, kind of violent comedy, but it had a joke every minute of that movie. I could quote you 10 jokes from that movie. You tell me one joke from that movie.
I can, and that's, I could tell you the jokes, but what he's saying is a valid point in that if I went into this film thinking that I'm going to be laughing nonstop, and I'm thinking I'm going to see a comedy, I might be a tad bit disappointed, because the jokes are spread kind of thin throughout. They are there. There's also, really, like I said, dark humor in this film. And I was laughing at parts, and some people around me were not laughing, but I thought it was really funny. I was really surprised by the action, so I really enjoyed it.
Got the juice, your came the truth. My screams is the truth. Them other dudes with the juice. I've been fucking with you.
Oh, the old frying pan bullet trick.
Alright, for me, American Ultra was an okay at times movie. It was an in-between movie that just sort of never excelled in any particular direction. There was some things that worked. Some of the acting was good in it. The action sequences were pretty good. I just never really fell in love with this movie. I'm going to give it 5 reels out of 10.
See, for me, it hit so many right notes. I thought that it had great action. The lead actors had great chemistry. The special effects and action sequences were shot extremely well and had some really cool locations. The only downer note for me would be like the score didn't really sweep me in when there was a lot of stuff going on. It was kind of like flat, mellow. But if you go into this looking just for a entertaining film, an R-rated action comedy, because that's what this is, it's not a full-blown comedy, I think you'll enjoy it. And I'm going to give this 8.5 reels out of 10. And this is our review of American Ultra.
And if you enjoyed this review, make sure that you like and subscribe down below.
And this is The Real Report. Thanks for watching, guys.